Yo, 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 yo. What's up? What's up? What's up? We back again. Welcome to my crib. Make makeshift studio, baby. You know how it is, but we improving every show. Today we got TV lights. Maybe I'm looking a little brighter. Juice, what's going on, man? Say what's up to your people.
What up? What up?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got my man Juice. I ain't flying solo. And yes, we got another director slash producer, Mr. William Price, who dunked at the Masters. We're going to talk about that. We also got Rod today. We're going to talk to him, tell us what his plans are, what's happening with the preparations. And yeah, so sad. Some sad news about SAMBA and the chairperson, something that we're going to talk about a little bit later. But right now, we have to check the link. We got to introduce the lifestyle of the show. Yo, Juice, this is what I was telling everybody, right?
That's right.
I was saying basketball is about lifestyle. We don't talk enough about that.
The culture.
What we got today, man?
Today we got some nice juice.
Some nice juice,
We got Cruz in the house,
aka.
shout outs. Some
Maybe-
watermelon flavor.
Maybe we must we must invite Keenan out here so we can talk about his juice right here.
We might just.
You know what I'm
we
saying?
Might just,
It's
but
about the
on the
lifestyle.
on the build up, most definitely, we're gonna have a lot of guests coming through.
Yeah.
Hopefully, along the way, we'll get some nice partnerships going on too.
Hey, yeah,
so that's what we're trying to do. But hey, we're looking forward to this show.
we're looking forward to the show. And
Yeah,
yeah,
my man.
we got AKA in a bottle. We got juice in a human being. We're gonna have AKA and juice in the bottle. In the glass. Can you just share that?
You
please?
already-
know?
you
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
That's
Can
right.
you pour it up?
Let's get it on.
Pour it up. Let's see what you got there. But yeah, while he's doing that, I want to tell you a little bit about lifestyle. You know what I'm wearing right now, man?
Go ahead.
They call it a timepiece.
Come on.
Michael Kors,
Come
ladies
on.
and gentlemen. A little T-shirt there, Michael Kors, and don't forget the boots.
Come
this
on.
is Guess.
Come
What?
on.
Because it's Guess.
Come
So
on,
everybody
man.
gotta understand this thing is a lifestyle, baby.
That's the beauty of about the game and the culture, man.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's why a lot of times we'll be talking about the hip hop culture
Yeah,
and
yeah.
how it meets up with basketball.
Yeah.
And you just run those two parallel, and it's a beautiful marriage
And you know what? Next time we bring a 10 table here, and you're gonna do that hip hop thing.
all day, all night.
Next time we're gonna bring a dancer. He's gonna do that crumb thing.
She.
We don't have space. We don't have space for that. We don't have space for that. Yo. Back to basketball though. As he's pouring the AKA juice, pour yourself up in there. Let me taste ya.
Get it on.
Yes, right, my brother. Welcome to the show. Last time it was wine, and you and your wife were having the wine Wednesdays.
Wine Wednesday.
Yeah.
Man, I miss that lady. Shout outs to baby right there.
Right. Yeah. So I'm actually a vodka man, so this is really my thing. You know.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get it
So
on.
yeah. Now that we're done with the lifestyle things, right, straight into basketball. Let's go out there and check out whether we got our people out here who we're gonna talk to. I think we're gonna start with Mr. Zoran. That's his name. His surname is Serbian, man. He's been my boy a long time, but I struggle with that surname. So
Yeah.
I'll let him say it when he gets on the show, right?
And let me tell you the beauty of it. When the game knows you by first name, that's one of the most beautiful things because you've done something right for
You've
the
done
game.
something. That's
you know.
right.
So I don't think there's no one within basketball that doesn't know that name, and that's just the beauty of it.
Man,
So
he has
shout outs
done
to him and everything.
he has done so much for basketball. And today we're going to be saying goodbye to him as a chairperson of SAMBA, which is the South African Masters Basketball Association. I think he needs to focus a little bit on life because people don't understand. That's right. So we're going to talk to Zoran and then we're going to talk to Ra, right? Or the other way around? All right, we're going to talk to Ra and then we're going to talk to Zoran.
7 on 8.
That's
my
right.
guy.
I thought we were going to
That's
talk about SAMBA and going to wrap it up. But yeah, I spoke to Ra and I told him that it might be a little after Zoran, but hey, it don't matter, right? We can switch things up a
Of
little
course,
bit.
man.
Let everybody just know,
That's
you know
we
what?
do. That's what
We-
you call the
we-
crossover.
This thing, man, is just rolling, man. We don't prepare. We just come out here, we talk basketball, we just roll. So whatever happens, hey, if I said Zoran and then it's Ra, it is what it is.
Listen, let's go.
You know what I mean? Is Ra out there, or should we just quickly talk about a little bit about what happened in the SAMBA? That's right. So Ra is being tested. We're checking whether the links are working. Normally, these things we've done it before. With the who's a basketball chairperson.
Chairperson. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
She came
So
out
we did
slow
it. She
and,
came out. She did that thing. So we know it works.
Of course.
We
of
know it
course.
works. But before we go to our guests and all of that, man. Did you watch any other Masters?
I watched all the Young Legends games.
Ooh.
and
the number
other
one
games
fan.
as well. I mean, other games as well. But
The
for
number
me,
one fan.
I had vested interest in especially the young legends, because that's the team that I manage.
Right.
Well, they keep me on my toes, But before that, let me actually take a moment and say belated happy birthday to you, man.
Thank you, sir.
Because that was your birthday weekend and all that. And you wanna talk about that?
Well, let me tell you something. Right now.
Go ahead.
Look, it was this year was different. I decided, let me do what KB loves to do. KB loves basketball, first and foremost, right? And in the middle of it, I mean, I played 40 plus and 30 plus. And on that day, I played 3 games, and I was about to go for the 4th. And you can imagine at 47, you cannot, the body just can't sustain. I was still feeling okay. I could go for the 4th game, but I just thought, let me just chill. Let me just go and freshen up and just enjoy the birthday in the way we know how.
That's real.
Went there and freshen up, looked good, or whatever. We went to a place called Dante. Man, I want to move to Durban. Yo, Durban, shout out. Yo, Dante.
For real.
Yo, if you want to be in Durban, if you want to have a good time in Durban, check it out, Dante. I think it's dante.co.za, or you can find it on Facebook, or even if you just Google it. Man, and it wasn't anything too crazy. It was just a setup, a beautiful place. I mean, just a setup. You check out the picture, the people who go there, quality people, quality music, quality everything, the sound of them. I was enjoying everything. You could see the view, the sea, you're right next to the Beverly Hills Hotel.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? On the side is the Capitol Pearl.
Come on now.
Ah, man. The lifestyle of basketball is next level, man. When you know and understand the finer things in life, that's when you know, man, you're exactly where you gotta be. At my age, you're not worried about everything else. You just have to have a good time, enjoy yourself, enjoy music, enjoy people around you, and just love life, man.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah. So that was all about the birthday. It was just feeling good, something different. It wasn't about like how you wanna entertain on your birthday and you're running around, you're trying to get a bride going, music, and you're here, there, everywhere. Nah, man. This was just me showing up, having a good time, and living it out there.
Man.
I didn't even stay past midnight. It was just like quality time, and I just thought, you know what? You're not over drinking. You just, like the cocktails are nice. Yeah. It was just beautiful, man.
We're having fun with it.
That's life. That's how life's gotta be. I am not hosting another birthday party. I just want to show up. That's how it's gonna be.
I like that.
And it better be out there in Durban, man.
And talk about showing up. I believe.
Yeah.
Now we got our man on the line.
Our man is on the line right now. You're raw.
What's going on?
7 on 8.
Let's go, raw.
I'm good, man. I'm well, chilling, blessed. How you guys doing?
We're good, man.
Blessed up, bro.
It's me and Juice out here, man. Shouting out to you, and we wanted you on the show. We've been talking about this a long time, and we wanted you to come and tell us exactly what's going on, what your preparations are, what's happening in the world of BAL qualifiers, and where you want to go with that. You want to introduce yourself, tell us what the vision is for Tigers, and then we can get into the preparation for BAL, ma'am.
Yeah. My name is Rafael Alexander Edwards. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, born and raised, and I'm here now, one of the owners of the Cape Town Tigers. We have an amazing group of owners, 2 young ladies by the name of Shante Butler and Dia Martin, and a basketball buddy of mine who also played professional basketball overseas, William McFarland. And so we're here. We have an amazing vision for basketball, not only for Cape Town, but for South Africa, just to grow it from a skill level standpoint and just all around excitement. For the short time that I've been here, I see you guys have a lot of knowledgeable fanatics of the sport, but little certain things aren't really done the right way, or XYZ, or a lot of red tape. And that's just for the little bit of knowledge that I've had thus far from being here. So I'm just trying to come in passionate with the knowledge I have, all the years of being with Nike, all the years of playing international basketball, all the years of being deeply rooted in New York City basketball scene. And I'm just trying to take all of that knowledge, ball it up, and then drop it right over here in South Africa, and hopefully we can do some good.
So tell me, why did you go for Cape Town? Or was it all about the mother city? Was it everything that you heard about Cape Town and how beautiful it is, or it was just by coincidence?
Yeah, no, nothing is done by coincidence. But I did my research on the city, and then saw the pictures and everything like that, and I found out about what the BAL was doing, and I just felt like Cape Town was an amazing place to be. Even if we didn't have a winning organization, we can still build excitement and teach and grow, generate dollars, etc., from this city. And then when I got here, to start the training and the pre-camp with the guys, I went back home. I told my partners, I said, listen, Cape Town is everything we thought it was and what we said it was in our investment plan, but 10 times more.
Wow.
Cape Town, South Africa, period, is amazing. Like the things we have planned, marketing-wise, strategically to do here, if we're able to achieve 25% of it, it's gonna be off the chain. It's gonna be crazy. So that's the goal, that's the plan.
That's very beautiful, Raf, because I've been reading up on yourself and some of your partners, and I've seen some of your involvement in different countries. You had that project that you ran in China, and so to KB's question about what was the core reason, and what made you actually, apart from the beauty of the mother city, what was one of the main reasons where you said South Africa? And I ask this because of the landscape of the game here in the country. It's not as developed as we would all love for it to be. And I don't know if that's the opportunity you saw in terms of growth, but what were some of the other core reasons for that decision to have your base in South Africa?
Well, I saw that it was a chance for me to come here and make an immediate change. That how you guys have, it's so much potential here. It's so much, but it's like you were saying, it's underdeveloped. And, excuse me if I'm wrong or speaking out of ignorance, it's underdeveloped largely because of all the extra stuff going on behind the scenes that people don't know about, which I then was privy to as I've been here, all the red tape, all of this, all of that. It's a lot of people in power that say, yeah, we want basketball to grow. We want to do this. We want to do that. But they really only want to do it unless they're in control completely of it monetarily, etc. And if they're not in control, they could care less about it growing. And again, I've only been here a few months, so I don't want to speak, like you, Juice, like you, Cabby. You guys know the ins and outs. But it's just from what I've witnessed, and when I keep my mouth shut and listen and watch and hear what they're saying, but then I watch the actions, I see what's going on. So back to the point of, I felt like the city, the country is so underdeveloped, and I had a chance to come in here immediately and make a change. Hopefully in the next couple of years, we get somebody from South Africa that's going to play in the NBA. I told P is what, 28, 29 years old. I said, P, man, if I would have met you when you was like 22 years old, I can't promise you leave, but you would have made a damn good push for it, So that was the core reason that I saw the space for growth. And then you add everything else in layers, Everyone speaks English. The only country in South Africa that has running water that you can drink. The second richest city in Africa, all of the things, the weather. I took all of this into calculation for recruiting players. And as you guys can see, we have former NBA players.
Yeah.
That's like, yo, let's go. You over there, Rod? Yo, we coming. Let's go. I have people in the works, which, I'm not going to talk about too much, but that have an amazing resume that's lined up that I've been recruiting for 2 years now to come coach. And heavily considering it. Like, you know what? If you're saying this about this place and you're there and you're doing this, it's worth taking a look. And that's good enough to get these type of people, to get this high caliber basketball IQ and talent to come over here, not only to play, but to think about coaching.
You know,
we moving the needle already.
Let me tell you something, Ra. Here's a thing that I would like all South Africans to think about and probably understand, right? First of all, I think we've had chats about this, and I've openly talked about it on social media, and I try not to be a social media person so that, you know, I keep my thoughts to myself, but at some point I had to say it. People must just understand, first of all, the first thing to note is there's nothing wrong making money out of basketball. There's absolutely nothing wrong. If you're not making money out of basketball, you're not going to last. You're not going to be there for the long haul. I mean, look at all of this, right? If I have to stop doing what I'm doing and focus on basketball, all of this needs to be maintained. I need to pay for this. And I'm going to do it if I'm saying I'm passionate about basketball. And the first thing people want to say is, but he's making money out of basketball. It's a job. That's the first thing. The second thing is professional basketball is not, the job is not to develop basketball. You must focus on the profession of basketball, and this is when you pay people to do a job. And by paying the players, you've done your job. I hate it when people now are quick to say, yeah, we don't see you developing kids, we don't see you developing women, whatever. There's people who are out there doing the development of the kids, the development of the women, the development of the game, and that's the job of a federation and the job of the clubs and the rest of it. If you don't have money, you cannot be talking the same language with people who have money. For example, we had a team at the Masters. That team is Prudential. You should have seen that team play the finals, and I don't know if you watched it, but they were on the highest level as a Master. Guys were dunking three-pointers, ball was moving around. You could see that these guys, even they may or may not be paid, and I wanted to get one of the owners to come out here and join us live because they're here in Sandton. But these guys, you could see, the owner doesn't care about whether there's, like the development outside of Angola. He's just focused on his team. He's passionate about it. He gets nothing for it. He flew them from Angola. He put them up in a nice hotel, food, transport, everything. He gets nothing back. But that little piece of a team is doing so much for Angola, because now people can see what Angola is, the level of play in Angola. People can experience it. When he invites us to go and play in Angola, it is the highest level basketball. Now, what is wrong with him just doing that? He doesn't now have to go to high schools and this boring, long thing. That is for someone else. We can't do everything. So I'm saying, for as long as Ra is doing what Ra is doing, that's good enough for Ra. As long as Cabby is doing this show right here, we don't get paid. I mean, am I going to pay you?
I mean,
Juice, am I going to pay you?
You might just. I mean, I'm saying.
Over time. Over time.
You might buy.
Over time, I might just.
Burger,
but let me tell you something right now, right? All I'm saying is we all doing what we have to do in our little corners of the world. And this is why right now we're going to change the name of the show. Last week we talked about it and we say everybody must bring a break to basketball. Don't expect Rod to be the one that is bringing everything. Don't expect Cabby to bring everything. Don't expect Juice. Don't expect BSA president. Don't expect nobody else but you bring a brick to the basketball game. And from now onwards, this show is going to be called
The Brick.
The Brick.
That's right.
And that's antagonistic to the game, because actually it's a bad thing when you're trying to shoot and you're not making it. They call it brick. You're breaking. So right now, this show is going to be called The Brick, man. And it's right here live with you on the call. But going back to the Tigers, man, how did you get this team together? Who told you about the players locally, and how did you decide on the international players?
Well, before I answer that real quick, you said some really key points. And it's a few things that I always try to remind myself and go by. First is passion, purpose, and profit, which one of my partners, Dia Martin, she always says, and it makes so much sense. For people that's like, oh, if you get passion, purpose, and profit.
Triple P.
Right? So I think about that. And then I also always think about, because there's somebody in the basketball group that's always like, oh, They're the best community professional basketball team. And I'm like, my man, you have to keep the main thing the main thing.
Right.
If Cape Town Tigers does not progress and do what we're supposed to do and expected to do, we can't take care of all the underlying layers that we plan on doing. Because the main thing that's going to bring the sponsors, that's going to bring the dollars, the marketing dollars, the fanfare, the excitement, is the team winning and being in BAL. So if we're worried about taking care of this township first or that first, that's not what we're about. That's not our company. Yes, do we have layers of that to take care of those and the philanthropy? Of course we do. I grew up in Brooklyn in a neighborhood that's like some of these townships. And like you said, doing things for free. I've been training kids, taking them out, correcting them for free forever. My mentor, that's how my mentor, helped me. So when people say that and they say, well, you out here, you doing this, you helping, someone did it for me. I didn't have to sign a contract saying I was going to do this on Monday, do this on Tuesday to help, and to have someone try to hold my feet to the fire to the contract. No, I did it because I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about helping people, not only in the basketball space, because as you guys said, you did your little research on me. So I help people major weight loss. I help people mental toughness. I'm passionate about helping people. That is my special gift. And I utilize it in the avenues and the lanes that I know about. And that's it. That's what I came here to do. And if I make $1 doing it, don't crucify me.
That's all we need. Look, at the end of the day, that is your passion, and you're probably doing it outside of the Tigers. At the end of the day, the Tigers are a professional team. Anyone else that wants the Tigers to do other things must bring that thing and do it in association with the Tigers. Bring your brick. We don't want people to be talking, Tigers do this, Cabby do that. What you doing? First, let's talk about what's your brick. What's your brick before you start talking about Juice do this. Why are you sitting telling us to do stuff if you could be doing stuff? First, talk about the stuff that you're doing. What's your brick? And that's why the show is the brick.
Let's build it up from there.
Man in the arena, Cabby. Man in the arena, Cabby. Man in the arena.
And you know what? Right? Like in the 90s, right? Everybody was doing everything. Like you literally could decide on any given Saturday, are you going to play Sprite sponsored 3-on-3? Are you going to play a Schweppes sponsored 3-on-3? A Nando sponsored 3-on-3? Okay, those were 3-on-3s. Or you're going to play professional sponsored by Telkom, or you're going to play in the CBL Campus Basketball League sponsored by Soweto, or you're going to play, I could go on and on and on. And what happened there is this decentralized power. I could be a promoter of basketball and I could do my own thing. All I had to do was to let them know this is what I'm doing. And sometimes if it's too small and it's just in one city, do your own thing. You don't have to now go back and send an email and then maybe they don't even see your email. Now things are not happening because somebody decided not to come back to you. So I'm saying there is not, if I was the person that decides whether we go left or right, you should never say no to basketball activity. Never, ever, ever, ever say no to basketball activity. If somebody is making sure that the ball is being bounced at the court, is a life save because that kid could be somewhere else. So never say no to basketball activity. What you want to control is something that you can then put money and focus into. If it's BNL that needs to happen, then be about BNL. If the national team is about what it is that you focus on, be about national team or be about national competition. Don't try to do anything and everything and control everything, because the moment you want to control, nothing happens and people walk away. You see, I've spoken about this, Ra, and I said, people think one way or the other this thing will survive. And basketball can die and never come back. It can. I mean, look at Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, people thought, no, we could do whatever and chase people around or whatever and we'll just bounce back and life will be great. And in fact, some times ago, there's a helicopter passing through, so I'm not even too sure how it's affecting this, so I'm going to pause for a second as it passes, but I think people can hear me. A while ago, South Africa was in so much trouble. The rand-dollar exchange went up to 1 to 20 or something, and when they asked one of the ministers, what they're gonna do about the falling rand, and she said we're just gonna pick it up, and that is so disrespectful, so silly of a minister to say something like that, because sometimes you could actually lead a whole country to fall and never, ever, ever recover. So the point I'm making is that basketball may not recover for as long as we have these silly things that everybody's just thinking negatively about. No, we can't do this. No, we can't do that. No, you can't. No, Tigers can't do this. No, this person can't. Just get things moving. And yes, I'm not saying be ignorant of the rubbish that is going on. We have to take care of that business, but we cannot always be pushing everything down. And for me, you have my support, and anybody that gets basketball bouncing on the court, have my support. Doesn't matter whether it's Rise, Juice, Mr. Price, whoever. As long as we're supporting positive change, I'm all for it.
And I appreciate you guys, because I know that, and I feel that from you guys, especially genuinely. And I really appreciate it, because it's been a long struggle for my partners and I. We started this right before COVID, and COVID, God bless, took out so many people, so many businesses. And now you talk about an ownership group that's from the States, and we came over to Africa and we started a business, got hit with COVID, came up with a marketing plan and strategy to counteract that, to counterpunch that. Got hit with a second wave of COVID, came up with a different strategy to hit that. Got over here, then got involved and tangled up with all the red tape that we needed to do just to play a basketball game. Just to play a practice basketball game, we were getting hit with red tape.
Wow.
We overcame that. We got to Joburg, and we had one of those guys that you're talking about that try to do everything. One day he's a coach, the next day he's a referee, the next day he's reciting the rules. They try to stop 6 to 7 of our players from playing. Literally stop our players from playing. They try to make a South African player say he needed a work permit to play.
Jesus.
We overcame that. We overcame a 15-point lead on the other team's home court with a point guard that we only had for 10 days at that point. And our probably leading scorer wasn't allowed to play. We overcame that. And I have to believe that we're here for a higher purpose. Like, the man above brought me here. He brought me here, and he didn't bring me, my partners, and my team to come this far to fail. And I 100% wholeheartedly believe that.
And you know what, Rob? You don't even have to do this. You can take your money, and you and your partners can take your money and leave. And all these kids who are getting salaries.
My family.
That's right.
Hey, man,
you don't have to be.
What you talking about? I have some of that. What you talking about, man? Can't take all that money back to the 718 now. Come on now, right?
But the point, but
I can do a lot of things in Brooklyn with this money, Juice.
And this is what I'm saying, Ra. You don't have to be here. Look at the NBA. They decided to move the offices of the BAL to Senegal. They don't have to be here. And in fact, even NBA Africa don't have to be here. If we're not taking care of people who are doing the initial investment, none of these people don't have to be. They could go literally to Zimbabwe. They could go wherever they feel they're being accepted. And the moment you lose that, you lose people who are interested in investing money in basketball. Hell, I could go anywhere. Right now, it's very difficult to raise money for basketball. I could go to any corporate company. If I'm not talking cricket, soccer, or rugby, they're not even listening. But you have people like yourselves who are coming out here and they're spending money. To this day, 2 years or whatever, year and some change, I'm sure you haven't made 1 cent. All you've been doing is spending money, and South Africans have been benefiting. Now, why are we fighting this? This is what I don't get. Why are we fighting this? You're doing a good thing. We got to support you in whichever way. I'm not saying you're God or whatever, and we have to praise everything you say. People can positively criticize. But it can be everything. It's all about bad, except for the fans that you have. South Africa needs to be behind you, and I'm hoping that the letter that I posted a while ago on Let's Talk SA Basketball, it went too hard. All I was just saying is I'm not getting paid 1 cent from rap, but it's my opinion. It's me saying we don't have to do this. We don't have to. You don't have to spend money on basketball. You don't have to be here, but we're doing it. The least we can do is, as South Africa, support the Tigers.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Cabby and Juice, and I can't speak for all of my partners, but it was probably a year ago when I saw how things were going, and I was making plans and doing this and preparing myself to be here. Because, like you said, haven't made $1 while I'm here. So I made a mental point and a mandate of myself that I'm fully prepared to go broke to materialize this dream. I'm fully prepared. And as long as I have my health and strength, I feel like I could regroup. It doesn't matter. But I am 100, and I'm speaking for myself, not my partners. I don't want them sending me messages like,
you don't want to get broke.
What you doing, put words in our mouths and all that.
So I'm speaking for myself, not for my partners.
Right.
But mentally, I put myself in that place mentally that I'm fully prepared to go broke. I'm fully prepared to sell any valuables I have to get us over the hump. I am fully prepared to go 100% in with this. And that's why I'm here, and that's what I've been doing.
And to that point, Ra, so there was an announcement made recently that the qualifiers that are coming now here in the country will be happening here in Joburg. So now I can just imagine the logistics around all that in terms of now you have to shift base from Cape Town to Joburg. What are some of the thoughts that you guys have around that right now?
Joburg has brought us some good luck. You know, it would have been nice. It would have been nice to have something like that here for really the first time ever, for our fans to see it and for us to really build it out. You know, how we think it should look aesthetically and visually, and add all the bells and whistles around it. Because I felt like it was not only for us to play this tournament and win, but it's also an audition to let BAL know, hey, listen, you guys gotta get back over here. Like, this is where it's at. And to let them know that we're on the level and prepared to carry that BAL logo alongside the Cape Town Tigers logo. So that was my vision. We're gonna take that vision, we're gonna do the same thing in Joburg. I got a couple of nice surprises that I'm gonna let you guys know about that we have planned, marketing-wise, events-wise, once we touch down in Joburg. So we're gonna do the same thing there.
And you know, this is what I'm saying. If you are not getting support in Cape Town, all you do is just leave and you go elsewhere. Now, Cape Town has lost out on potential.
You just said it. We could go elsewhere. You just said it, right?
You know what I mean? And if you're not getting support in South Africa, you're just going to move Tigers elsewhere. And people don't get it. You just have to support whatever that good that is happening. There's always good. We must always start looking at a glass half full. We must look with what they call the green sunglasses instead of the red. You know, you could always find good in anything. And for me, I just say, look, you want help? We based in Joburg, man. We can bring the excitement that you wanted to create in Cape Town. We can help in any way, save you costs, save you, put you up in some really nice places. Make sure that whoever that's gonna come play in Joburg gets the best experience. Whatever that you need, man, just holla. You know I'm there. Juice is there, and pretty much everybody. And whoever that's there, I could say on behalf of the show, the break, and everybody here, and everybody who's watching, and everybody who loves us, and everybody who loves the Tigers, and pretty much basketball, we right behind you, man. But tell us about your excitement about this thing that's coming. Tell us about the dates. Have the dates moved, or are we still working with the same dates? How are you preparing? I believe the Mozambican team is already in Joburg preparing. What's going on, man? Tell us the inside scoop.
Yeah. We've been practicing and really just mentally fine-tuning ourselves. You know what I mean? Like playing perfect, or trying to play perfect basketball, mistake-free basketball. Because I feel like when we play how I've seen us play in pockets and spurts, we look amazing. Like, it looks like beautiful basketball.
Right.
But it's just a matter of stringing those moments and those flashes of brilliance together. And then, you have to gel the egos, and we have some new players that just came, like the kid Evans just came. He's a small forward, so he's really messing with the team. We have Billy Preston, who, you know, we put up, used to play for Cleveland Cavaliers, young fella. He's coming down here on the weekend. So now we have to like push all of this together and really make it work. But we're extremely excited. We will be in Joburg next week. We'll be playing, you know, a few practice games to continue fine tuning. And we know we have some tough opponents ahead of us. And, you know, Godspeed.
I love it, man. Look, you want to confirm the dates again for us and where it's going to be in Joburg so that, you know, if we can get people out there?
The 18th to the 25th in Johannesburg. We don't have an event space yet, but it's the 18th, Johannesburg. And also we're going to start promoting something. We're going to unveil our new uniforms. We're going to have a media day, you know, with these guys, the former pros, the potential pros we have, the young stars we have, and we're going to unveil our new uniforms, you know, something.
Definitely.
Did we lose Ra or what's going on? We lost him? Right, okay. So we lost Ra for a little while. Oh. Yeah, we lost you there for a second, but I think you're back. Just say something so we know
Just say Tigers.
Just say Tigers so we know he's still here.
Yep, Tigers.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, so I was saying we're gonna have an unveiling at a really cool location, which I'm gonna announce on all platforms. A really cool location in Joburg. We're gonna have an unveiling of our new uniforms that was actually done by the man you guys are about to interview, my man Zoran. So he made the uniform for us. I designed them. And we're just going to have a media day of all the talented young men that we have. And, you know, they have their own stories, and we're just going to try to get these fans to get to know them a little bit and understand that they're from hard, struggling times, just like them. And look where they're at now. You know, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, these guys couldn't imagine that they'll be in this place right now, learning what they're learning, becoming leaders, how they're becoming leaders. So, you know, it's important for them to tell their stories now so it can permeate and it has a ripple effect all throughout their townships, all throughout the cities. So other people watching and listening can know, yo, listen, you know, I know Clokey. He was from down the block. He's doing that. I can do it too. You know what I mean? It's extremely important. And I tell the guys that because some of them they're embarrassed about what and where they've come from. And I told them, your story is going to help so many more people. You have to tell this story. You have to let people know that there's a way out. You know, so that's what our media day is going to be about. And, you know, some cool, fun things around it. So you guys will be invited, of course.
I was about to say, you know, like, come on now, you know. We the new kids on the block. Talk about the kids with the gray.
That's for sure right on.
I'm gonna give Juice a large T-shirt because I see how hard he's trying to lose weight and jump and rope. So it's just gonna be more motivation to him fitting in that large T-shirt.
PowerPoint forward guard, you know me, right? I'm ready for that.
Yeah, man, we appreciate you. We appreciate all the efforts that you doing to basketball in South Africa and everything, man. God bless everything that you touch must just turn into gold. And what you're doing to these kids, man, I truly, truly, from the bottom of my heart, really appreciate because all we want to see is good basketball. But tell me something, Rob. What is, for this year, what would be success for you?
Honestly, I believe we're already successful. Right. We've started such a flame, such a fire in people's eyes. And the messages I get on social media from kids and other people, like other motivational speakers that come across our page and see what we're doing and people that's writing me, in my eyes, we're already a success. Now, you know what the goal is.
Right.
But we're already a success. People that were living in terrible conditions 6 months ago are now here thriving, have their own businesses. You know what I mean?
Right.
Started employing other South Africans as well. You know, like we're already a success. Who does this? This is what I was telling one of my friends when we won the national championship. Who has a team first year of existence on any level and goes and wins a championship?
Right. But still,
you know, like it was surreal to me that although that was the plan, but still to do it. And then, you know, when I hear you guys and your last show you did, and when the other gentleman that was up there, he said, yo, yeah, they're from Cape Town, but they belong to South Africa now. Oh man, that made me feel so good to hear that. It really did.
Now that was the sentimental good PR stuff. Now let's get to what are we achieving this year? What will be something satisfactory in terms of where you want to be by the end of BAL 2021? Where do you want to be? You are obviously winning this, right? I'm assuming
yes.
This is
yes.
just another hurdle to go past, right?
Yes. So if we didn't win BAL the first year out, like I promised the president, I'm gonna do Gallo Fall. I told him, I said, we're gonna win it the first year we're gonna win it all.
All right.
What would be satisfactory for me is probably losing in the championship.
Wow. So we're going to the finals. So we're going for gold, man.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that is big.
You're ready. Yep.
Yeah, that is big because,
right.
you know, like all those Arabic nation teams, man, Tunisia, Egypt, they probably got something to say about that. But you know what? I'm South African and
know about us.
My blood is green, so I'm all green for you, man.
Yeah.
We're all behind you.
And I told my guys, you know, I told them when we were down to 15 in Joburg to the Jozi Nuggets, I said, listen, you know, fix your faces, let's man up. We came here for a basketball game. We have one. Now let's go win it.
That's right. And I watched that game. That was real good, man. That was not some other level of basketball. I really, really enjoyed it. And you didn't even have all of your players. So what's the status with all the players? Are they going to play in this qualifying games?
Everyone's locked and loaded. All the compliance issues, work permits, visas, fingerprints, anything that they could throw the book at us now, we got it covered. So everyone is playing.
Look, Ra, thank you so much. And I'm not too sure if Juice got anything else for you. I was just firing those questions, but I'm happy to hear good and ready to go. We're happy to promote and we're happy to support. I'm sure even the next few shows will be doing the same. I'll be rooting for you on my social media. I mean, look, I'm all in. So thank you very much for coming to the show. Juice, you wanna send Ra home or?
Yeah, man. Can't wait to have you guys over in Joburg. And let's get it started. You know, let's get everybody behind you. Let's get you guys prepared and everything. And let's go win it. You know, let's go win it.
You know what? I'm gonna make a suggestion right here now. It just popped in my head. You guys should do one of your episodes of the Bricks at our unveiling at this location that I'm
we there.
Disclose to
Done.
you.
There you go. Everybody excited about that. So it's done. Done. We there.
You already.
We're gonna move everything to make sure we there, man. Love it.
Yeah, man.
Love it. Ra, thank you very much for coming out. I think I said I was going to keep you for about 15 minutes, probably about 30 plus. Thank you so much.
I keep looking at the thing because we got practice, and I'm looking at the time. I'm like, all right, I gotta roll.
Go practice, man. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming to the show.
As well too.
Thank you, and I appreciate you guys so much, man. For real.
Peace and love, man. Peace and love, bro.
Peace.
All right.
Later. So you heard it from Ra, my man Ra, man. You know, I'm saying, and I'll repeat, what's your brick? The professional team, the Tigers, that's his brick. This show, that's our brick. You know what I'm saying? Well, we kind of making that. So yeah, we making them shots. William, that's your brick. The production crew, basketball sheriff, that's their brick. What's your brick? What's your break? And this is why this show is called The Break. It's not about breaking on the court. And I know you're probably gonna go crazy. Oh my God, how can he be the break and then you're gonna miss the thing? It's not. Nah, it ain't about that. Get the gist of it.
It's real.
Get the gist of it. Before you see negative, see positive. Bring your break. That's what it's about. Right now, yeah, man, we done with we talked about that. It's the 18th or 25th. The venue where it's gonna happen yet to be revealed. There's gonna be a media release. They're gonna be releasing, you know, like their uniform. So if people were not listening, man, I was listening, and I'm remembering everything right now. You know what I mean? And that will be coming in the future shows. But right now, we need to talk to Zoran. I don't know if Zoran is ready, and we can bring him up and we can talk about this. But Juice, what do you think about what Ra was saying?
I think it's such a beautiful thing for the basketball landscape in the country.
That's right.
Because the ripple effect of this is going to, you know, infiltrate the whole of the continent.
Yeah.
Because as much as there's limited number of teams that end up taking part in the BAL, the fact that, you know, you've got different countries that have got a chance to, first of all, qualify for it, it then means that, you know, the basketball conversation is now, you know, being illuminated within all these different countries. You know, so I think for me, it's something definitely to look forward to. And why not be behind a team that's going to ultimately represent your country? On a
What bad can they do? What bad can
Absolutely
they do?
nothing,
And that's the essence of my chat. What bad? I mean, I know that you know you could find bad in anything, but in the bigger scheme of things, what bad can you honestly do with this opportunity?
Absolutely, you know, and for me, that's the one thing that, to your point as well that you made earlier, is that any bit of basketball activity is important. You know, if there's a ball bouncing somewhere, that is important because that's a kid that could be anywhere, but they're on a court bouncing a ball.
That's right.
So now, if you've got an opportunity to have participation on a continental platform,
Man,
come on, man.
come on now.
Corporate is smiling. Corporate is happy.
Come on, man.
Corporate is really looking back into basketball and saying, okay, there's something there.
That's right.
You know what? This guy's from Brooklyn. All right, then. It means we can now pay better attention, maybe.
That's right.
You know, and it illuminates, again, part of everything that everyone's been doing.
And negative does not attract corporate.
There you go.
And corporate attracts money.
There you
If
go.
you think this basketball is going to be grown if you think this basketball is going to be grown by government, look what's happening in government. You know what I'm saying? What is going on in service delivery and the rest of it? This is a corporate game. This is a raw type people game. Flip, if you know somebody who is a billionaire, millionaire, talk to me. Let's convince them that, you know what, if you come into basketball, there'll be less and less talk about what it is that you may or may not be doing. There's just going to be positive. There's just going to be people who are supporting. I'm for BNL. I'm for JBL. I'm for the national champions. I'm just say yes everywhere. 3-on-3, whatever. Just get people playing, man. That's what it's about.
And what it's about now, we've got our main man.
Hey, yeah. You're
Mr.
bringing
Z.
me back.
I mean,
You're bringing me back, right? Yeah, bring me back, bro. You know, I'm getting, you know, I'm about to preach right now. I'm about to preach right now, you know. That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we promised you that we're going to be talking to one of the legends of basketball. And it's not just, we're not calling him the legend because he has played in the Masters, but this guy has done so much for basketball in South Africa, so much for basketball in Serbia, so much for Masters basketball. And he has done pretty much anything and everything that you can imagine, you know, from coaching, from refereeing, from Ra talked about it, the uniform, making uniforms.
That's right.
Angolan national team has worn his uniform. Pretty much all African national teams have used his brand. The hoops in my house here, quality. I've never seen quality that high. I mean, the best hoops in outdoor. The best outdoor hoops in South Africa are right here in my backyard.
Looking forward to dunking on those as well.
If you can. And in fact, we want anybody and everybody to come and dunk because the design is such that it won't break.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? We thought about that to pretty much everything. And it's just so sad to see that he needed to take a break from basketball to focus on life when actually his life should be made by basketball.
And we should be giving him that statue to say, yo,
No, not even giving him nothing. He needs to be living off of basketball. But because of the politics and the negativity and this and that and whatever, he had to say goodbye to basketball so he can focus on non-basketball related life requiring activities in order to feed himself. And this is why I'm saying, if I'm not making money in basketball, you ain't gonna see me long here. No, seriously. I'm not going to become the president of Basketball South Africa or the president of SAMBA South Africa or whatever the hell it is if I'm not making money. Otherwise, it's wasting my time. So you better know right now, I am not wasting my time. I take what's mine because I worked for it. It's that brick. And you want to complain about it? Complain. But anyway, let's introduce Zoran. Zoran, what's up, man? Are you good? Are you here? Can we hear you? What's good, man?
I can see the familiar environment and
you've been here many times,
familiar topics and on and on and on. Yeah, it's good to be with you.
How you doing, my brother?
Yeah, doing fine. Surviving, trying
Surviving
to.
Is good.
It's off basketball, but tried for many years to live off basketball, and like you mentioned now, in this country, it is a crime if you live from something. Honestly, trying to make a living from something.
Not
and
even something
you
from
love,
just basketball. You try to make a living from basketball, and everybody's starting to shoot you. Oh my God, this guy's making money out of basketball. Where the hell else would you make money if you're not putting 100% in basketball?
That's what I heard so many times. Oh, but he's making money doing, but I'm providing service. Back I tried just about everything. I did overnight basketball camps in 90s, and they say, oh, he's making money out of basketball. I went to a provincial government here, and I asked for money, and they gave it to me. So when they gave it to me, the provincial association came after me and said, but that money is for us. I said, why didn't you get it? If you didn't know it was for you, you wouldn't, it's just mind-blowing what's going on in this sport, and it's going like on and on and on.
And everybody else
you just get so much
NBA
hope.
That's making the most money in the world, and they love that product. And somehow they think David Stern and the new guy now, Adam Silver, is not making money out of basketball. That's a damn job. It's a damn job. If the NBA is making billions of money, that means people who are working there are making money too. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, look, in this country, everything is, not everything, but in basketball, everything is upside down. I think this is the only country in the world that the wheelchair basketball is stronger than able-bodied basketball. For example,
we have to change that.
For example, I'm not saying bring down wheelchair basketball, but I said, let's only country in the world where netball is more attractive than basketball. Jesus. I haven't seen a country in the world, like this. Unfortunately, I'm so many times disappointed in this almost 30 years that I've been in basketball here. I can't tell you, it's just you get your hopes so high for something and you drop down so badly, and but I'm a person who is very optimistic always, and you always come back, but you need to charge the batteries now to come back into something.
I'm listening to you, and I'm hoping Ra is not listening, because all of a sudden, if Ra had to listen to this, he might just decide, you know what, maybe I am another Zoran who's just going to be so upset 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, and all I've done is just waste my time, because all I've had is just negative, and I've gotten nothing out of my big investment into South Africa. So Ra, if you're listening, please, this is a new dawn. Well, let me not even say new dawn, because some of these new dawn couldn't deliver.
Cabby, we've been talking about this for more than a year now.
Yep.
There is a hope. There is always a hope.
Yeah.
But it's people who are in basketball. There are a lot of people in basketball for different reasons, and I recognize people, if you are in sport for love of it, and you can see the difference in people. You can smell, who is in for basketball for love of the game, and who is there just to find opportunities and run away, like we had a lot of messiahs, you know, saving basketball in past 10, 20 years. We knew what happened, you know, with PBL. And you mentioned now you have nothing against PBL. Me too, I have nothing against PBL. But if someone puts so many borders and limits, don't do this, you're not allowed to do this, you're not, you know, then it rings a bell. Why would we limit something, you know, that is so small? Instead of making it big first and then put slowly some boundaries, you know. But now everything is regulated. You can't even start new professional league if you wanted. It's crazy.
And this is what I said to you in our mini chats, Zoran, that we cannot say can't. And I'm not saying it because the alternative meaning of can't is something else, if you understand English. But you cannot stop people from playing basketball. Let the kids play. Let everyone play.
Exactly.
And if you want to control, put your own money and whatever it is, resources that you want to put into whatever you want to control, and you can control that. Everything else should be free space where people just want to play and enjoy the game of basketball. You cannot stop people from playing and think that this sport is going to grow. You cannot stop Juice from starting something to do with basketball because it can only elevate and improve basketball. You cannot criticize a man who's starting a professional basketball team because you have your own agendas in there. You cannot. If you want to be better than somebody, you start the same one and show us how it should be done. Don't stop him because he's doing something else. If you think Ra could be doing this, that, and the other, you should show us. Say, oh, okay, he's doing his thing. We're going to do it better. And then that is how you actually convince people this is the right way to do it.
Exactly. But one thing, you know, from the beginning when I came to this country, I compared to my first country, Serbia, where I came from. And basketball is huge there. But everything starts from enthusiasm for something. You know, if you are enthusiastic, like, for example, let's you know, we've been together to the Kukuleni area to see those sad courts broken, standing there. We saw in that day at least 11 courts, 12 courts, completely deserted, broken.
Not only were they broken, the person that gave the tender to build those courts was just broken themselves because the rubbish that was on there, even in their broken state, was something to be disgusted about.
Exactly. But also, you know, comparing, for example, for the community, like in Serbia, community around the court would say, hey, we love to play basketball. We don't have money. Oh, but your father is a welder. Bring him here. Maybe he can weld a hoop for us, you know. You will find a way to put the hoop up and play. Here, I see deserted courts. No one is putting anything up. They're all waiting for someone to put hoops for them. And when you have that attitude, nothing will grow. Nothing.
That's why the show is called What's Your Brick? And to be honest, I think Pedro Asomo has done something like that where he brought up a few guys and he said, look, guys, we want to play basketball. They did exactly that, and there was a court that was up. All I'm saying is, exactly to your point, what's your brick? When you start saying something negative, tell us first the good stuff you're doing. Then we can engage. And when you think a thing should be done a certain way, do it in your community first, or wherever you are, wherever you're from. Let's see how it's done, and we can copy that. This is why this show is What's Your Brick? What is it that you're bringing to come and build basketball? Because basketball is not going to be built by Cabby. It's not going to be built by Juice. It's not going to be built by this show or, you know, Mr. William Price there or the basketball sheriff. It's going to be done by each and every person in their own little corners. And that is why this show reminds everyone the brick, because that one brick that you are doing wherever you are is the one that is going to be laid down as a foundation of what this game is going to be in about 10, 20 years' time.
Exactly. And another example, you know, it comes also from the house. If you don't respect your elders, your grandfathers, your fathers and grandfathers, there is no family, there is no substance to that. Same for the sport. If you don't respect the players who played 20 years ago, 30 years ago, went through this trouble also back in the days, and if I see that the leadership in this country for basketball never played the sport, or they were never involved, they were never part of it, and they're in leadership, I don't understand that, because in my country, leadership of the sport is all ex basketball players, celebrities who played before. So, you know, I wouldn't mind. My heart is broken that I was a national team coach for juniors, and I trained a lot of juniors. Cabby, I can tell you 95 to 98% never play the sport anymore. Even for those that can't, we gave so much for them. Send them to the camps, to America, to, you know, to a lot of places. How many of them play? How many of them come to Masters Championship? Where, you see, Masters is a true reflection who loves the sport, because you go and pay from your own pocket. You don't look for sponsorship. Because if you love something, you know, you're going to find a way to do it yourself. And that is sad.
But let me say this though, you know, like the fact that, you know, some people, like for example, you and we'll talk about that in a minute. You're resigning as the chairman of SAMBA. You're trying to recharge, you're trying to take a break and focus on life. I also went through that when at some point it looked like everything was against me in the world of basketball. I was throwing everything in basketball. And I'm not even shy that I made money in basketball. I made good money in basketball. But at some point, you just feel like it's not worth the effort that it comes with and the criticism and the rest of it. So we walked away, started a bank. Time bank is standing, cashed out, and I'm living okay. But the point is that you could love basketball, and the moment you're just thrown with rubbish after rubbish after rubbish that you have to be dealing with, all you do is just leave. And all these kids that you're talking about who are probably grown and now in corporate, they probably left basketball. They don't have to come back. They don't have to do, they owe nothing to basketball. I owe nothing to basketball. So the fact that we're doing this show, the fact that we're here, the fact that we're excited to try and grow basketball, grow the show and everything, we're doing it because we want to see younger people, my kids, my boys play basketball. I want to see them enjoy basketball at the highest level. I owe nothing about, I don't have to do this. And people must just understand, your break is what it is that you want to do for yourself. It's got nothing to do with impressing the next person or the next person. This whole thing is an industry that needs everyone to be involved.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not blaming people leaving basketball, because, you know, some people are like, you can't blame them, because, you know, the basketball it's gone to a lot of dark periods, you know, that nothing was happening. Like this period now, look what's happening with the leadership in basketball that we experienced, two of us. We're sending letters after letters to association, and they never respond. They never respond. What's that telling us? Even SASCOC representative on that mailing list never responding us.
Yeah.
That's one of the examples, you know, why we leave. They want us to leave, okay? I'm not saying I should leave. We should fight, you know, and give our break after break. I've done a lot of breaks so far. Maybe I'll come back and give more, but you get tired, you know?
You get tired.
You get really tired.
And that takes us to our conversation today. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? I mean, the stories that you've resigned as the South African Masters Basketball Association chairperson. How are you feeling, man?
I'm feeling disappointed, because I can't really. I don't want to stay as a chairman if I don't contribute. You know, so I'd rather give my torch to somebody else who has time and passion, and you know, to continue with new ideas, new. We wanted to do a lot of things. Unfortunately, COVID started almost now 2 years ago, and we're supposed to do our first African Masters Championship, and I was pushing for the World World Cup to come into South Africa. Look, I'm not giving up of that idea. I'm still president of FIMBA, Masters Basketball for Africa. But if I don't have time for that, you know, nothing's going to happen as well. So I'm hoping to recharge and come back. I miss playing, you know, in Cape Town. I lost contacts here. While I was in Joburg, it was so great playing at your place almost every day.
Yep. And everybody don't know.
So
You probably got the most.
I miss that.
You probably got the most potent 3-point shot. And in fact, if people want to see that, we're going to post it on some of our social media page. In fact, we have to create the Brick social media so that people can always go there and check it out. You are one of the best shooters I've ever seen. And in fact, tell everybody your little story about the little free throw shooting that happened when you just arrived from Serbia as a newbie here in South Africa. That's a story that I always enjoy.
That's how I found basketball. You know, when I came out, I mean, you look for the sport in newspapers. So I looked and I looked. There's nothing in newspapers for basketball. So Waterfront was just open. It was a sports cafe, and they had a little hoop normal size hoop, like a free throw in a fence in a corner there. For people from Cape Town, older people, they probably remember that. So I went there and I saw people around the fence, and when I saw hoopla, I just I couldn't believe it. So I went inside and I shot 106 in a row. And
wait. I don't think people heard that. That was how many shots in a row?
106 in a row.
Thank you so much. People must recognize that number before you even say anything else. And then what, sir? 106 in a row. So kids out there or people out there, if you think you can shoot, try see if you can shoot 106 free throws in a row. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, 100 with my right hand and then 6 with the left. And that's how I missed.
There you go.
That's some good change right there.
That, my friend, friend, is something I've never seen. I've only heard about Steph Curry doing it. I've heard some NBA people doing it. Never seen here in South Africa. Me, myself, are probably the worst free throw shooter. I don't know, Juice. Have you done about 2 in a row, man?
I mean, I've got a good percentage on me, man.
You got a good percentage? Would you do 106 in a row?
What Gary?
I don't think so.
You know what? What Gary Player said, more practice, you know, more you practice, luckier you become.
Luckier
you know, the
That's
same
right.
thing.
Absolutely.
When they asked me, how you do it? I said, after 30, 40 years, it becomes easier, you know, when you do it every day.
Only about 4 decades.
Yeah.
And they do say hard work beats talent any day.
Yeah, you see in Serbia, I mean, I practice every day, twice a day, 3 times a day for a stretch of like at least 10 years. And, you know, had sports heart and all that. You know, and you come here and when I came here, PBL at that time started. And they said, oh, we're starting professional league. I said, fine, I'm 30, but I thought I was too old because in my country, when you're 30, you don't have a chance. So they said, no. And I asked them, how many times you practice a week? They said 3 times a week. And then I said, professional basketball 3 times a week? That's really strange. So that was the first experience in professional basketball in South Africa.
What were you expecting instead of 3 times a week?
3 times a day.
3 times a day.
There you go. 3 times a day. You heard it from him, man.
Yeah.
Look, Zoran, thank you very much for coming to the show. But I think what you've done.
Always pleasure to talk about basketball.
Yeah, man. What you've done for South Africa. I mean, as I introduced you, I said, you name it, you've done it. Whether it's administration, coaching, and coaching at the highest level, not coaching a team, coaching a national team, an under-18 national team, building hoops, manufacturing shirts, basketball.
Tried about everything, making nets.
You make nets with your own hands. In fact, the nets that are out here, they're probably the best quality net I've seen is one that you made with your own hands.
Tried about everything to stay and live from basketball, and unfortunately failing. And I have to try something else. Yeah.
Look, good luck
So
with
if you're
whatever
in
it
Cape
is that
Town,
you're
you
doing.
can come to my restaurant and support.
And I've done that already. I've been to your restaurant. The food is amazing.
Yes, you did.
And you can tell them about your
Thank you so
restaurant,
much.
man. Tell them where it's at. I know the name, but it's better it's coming from you. So everybody who wants to know a
Yep.
little bit about basketball, maybe you should put a little hoop there outside,
of
and we can
course.
come and, you know,
Shoot
have
for
a
me.
little 3-on-3 or shoot to get a discount or some, or shoot if you make it, you pay twice, whatever, man. Anything to try and support the brother in basketball.
If restaurant survives, we'll make it. But
When it
we'll see
survives.
how it goes. You know, with this
When
COVID.
it survives,
you
we'll come there and support you. What's the name of the restaurant? I know I can,
Na-
might as
name
well
of the
tell them that.
restaurant,
Huh?
Zoran restaurant in southern suburbs in Berkford in Cape Town. So whenever you're around, pop in for best pizzas, Napolitano pizzas. So I'm a jack of all trades. Yeah, so you can see me making pizzas now.
But when I was there, I don't know about the pizza. The pizza was good. The kids had pizza, man. There was that blackened steak. That
That's the
blackened
other
steak
thing I
was
made
next level.
30 years ago.
That blackened steak was
recipe
next
still
level.
sticks.
This is what I'm gonna
Come
do.
in anytime.
I'm going to say I'm gonna put your Facebook page or whatever it is that we need to put up on the show as well. So anybody that is in Cape Town
Thank
and
you.
wants to support a brother in basketball, you must definitely go past there. Good food, good people, and just good hangouts, man. You know, basketball is a lifestyle. It's not about just bouncing balls. You be out there
Yeah.
eating good food, having nice shoes, dressed up, and listening to good music in the background. That's what
And
it's about.
I keep my basketball by the bar there so they can see it.
You always stay ready.
I love it. I love it. Is there anything else that you have to say as you wind
Thank
up
you.
your
Thank you so
basketball
much.
career?
I just hope the fight continues and we can clear the basketball from leeches and from dishonest people. And I wish we get all people who really love basketball be in basketball, not other ones.
And I'm hoping
Not
that
the
they'll make
prestige.
money doing basketball because I'll get them to stay and do bigger and better things.
Exactly. If we start making money, you know, I can just come back and contribute more.
And we will accept you as a brother in basketball. Why not?
Thank you so much, Cabby.
Thank you very much. Juice, you want to say
Okay,
what's up
sir.
to Zoran here?
Thank you very much for everything, Mr. Zoran. You know, your name will always be synonymous with the game, and I think on your departure, you know, you depart on a very good note at the back of a very successful Masters tournament. So I think if anything, this previous weekend was just a nice salutation to you as you don't bid farewell, but you just relinquish this one seat, you know. So on my part, I'd just like to say congratulations on everything. Good luck with the next step, and the game will always be here to have you.
Thank you so much.
And you
for
know
kind
what?
words.
It's
Thank
big
you.
of you to be able to recognize that for now, you need to bow out. Not many people want to relinquish that seat. And it's big of you. And whoever that takes over that seat, I'm sure there's big things that they plan in. And yes, thank you very much for your service to not only basketball, but to South Africa, because I'm sure there's a lot of kids that were saved because of you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And what's your take with what's happening with the Tigers in Cape Town now that you're Cape Town based?
And I wish them all success because it depends. I mean, if we have a successful qualifier for BAL, this country, then basketball will step hopefully to another level in this country. And it's very sad that a lot of people don't realize that, you know, doesn't matter which town, which community brings the team into this competition, the whole country will benefit from that. And I wish them all the success, and hopefully I will find the time to go and watch some games.
Yeah, well, they're moving.
So,
I don't know if you heard, but the games aren't going to be in Cape Town anymore. They're moving to Joburg, so you're going to have to fly out here to watch any games. But
oh,
we
really?
have,
I thought it was in Cape Town. Yep. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
there were some issues there, but you know, not for this show. So, but don't worry.
Okay.
But don't worry,
There's
don't worry.
always
We got the
issues with
basketball sheriff
you
up in
see.
here. The basketball sheriff is gonna cover all of that action, and you'll be able to watch it from the comfort of your own home. So don't worry about it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you
All
so
right, my
much,
brother.
Kevin.
We'll catch
I
up
wish you all
on
the
the flip
best.
side.
Keep up your good work.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks. Bye.
Cheers, man. Yeah, that was Zoran, guys. This man has done so much for basketball, and in fact, this whole Samba thing, he's been at the helm of Samba, and we had an amazing Samba tournament I was a part of organizing, and yes, it is an unthanked type activity. The amount of work and time and effort and resources that you put into putting together something like this, it's a crime that people just can't make anything out of this. It's just a lot of money.
And you see, that's where sitting and watching the games last week, that's where you realize again, going back to the hierarchy of the game that we keep mentioning, you build the game up all the way from development, and then it goes all the way up through the ranks, all the way to masters.
Right.
And watching the games last week was just a beautiful celebration of all of that, because you're like, actually, to Zoran's point, where no one is paying for you, no one is sponsoring you. This is where it's a celebration of everything you've done within the game through the years, and coming together in camaraderie with fellow brothers, fellow sisters that have played the game.
Right.
You're watching the games, and after every game, guys are embracing, taking group pictures. That shows you the celebration of the game that last weekend was.
Right.
And that's why one would just like to actually salute a gentleman like Zoran, because he's dedicated his life to the game.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so yeah, man. So congratulations to him, and definitely, we know to go out for. Did he say black and steak?
Yeah.
We're gonna go out for that in Cape Town. Yeah,
Next level, man.
for sure.
Yeah. But hey, let's talk about the thing before we close.
Yeah.
The games that went down were amazing.
Yeah.
But forget the rest of them. Young legends came on top, 40 plus. And let me tell you something right now. The 30 plus game was on some other level. Prudential from Angola, a well coached, well organized, fully sponsored, supported Angolan team just showed just how ahead they are of us in terms of, people just coming out of their prime.
And that's another part of the celebration of the game.
Yeah.
You hope something like that continues to inspire the generation that is next up in terms of looking at what's going on, after their professional careers are over, because the game never stops.
That's right. People were dunking threes. This guy who made about 8-9 threes in that game.
Wow.
I should have. No one was taking stats because we're supposed to be masters, so it's not so serious.
Yeah.
But as I was watching that, I was like, I think I counted about 8-9 threes, and he didn't even start.
Wow.
He didn't even start.
Just came off the bench.
Man, he came off the bench. He came lighting it up. The dunks were like all over the place.
Sure.
I was watching like a professional, like a team at its prime in the professional game now.
And where's the next one? Did I hear Joburg, the next Masters?
The next Masters, yeah, we trying to put together something amazing for Joburg. And in fact, if I'm involved and I want to be involved, is we want to get at least 12 countries to come out. Already there's a team out of Ghana that's saying they want to come out. I want to send out invites to the likes of Nigeria, Senegal, anybody that could make that, like any team that is a powerhouse team to come out and play. We're going to try to raise money for sponsorships to try and make it easier for guys to fly out and, sponsored, or at least we meet them halfway when it comes to something is burning there. I think it's one of the one of the bees. But yeah, I saw it on the corner of my eyes. Didn't want my house to burn down. But yeah, we want the powers to come and play. Meet them halfway when it comes to accommodation, transportation. Definitely sponsor a local team. So if young legends want to be playing, they gotta play at the highest level. Not because people don't have money to do this, that. No, we're sponsoring the entire team, kit, everything. You know what I'm saying? That is the vision. And not only that, for the ladies as well, 30 plus, 40 plus ladies, 30 plus, 40 plus men. Let's field the best South African basketball masters team, and let's see how well they do. Because right now, you're only playing with the people that are able to get to the game. Yes. You're not playing with the best. And that's what happens also when we went to Italy to go play there. When we went to Finland to go play there, we're just playing with the guys that are able to pay to get there. And when we're beaten, I was looking at these guys thinking, they're celebrating. They don't even know what we got back home.
Absolutely.
But you know what?
Absolutely.
That is a conversation for another day. The next Masters, we feel in the best.
Absolutely, and I think for me that's one of the reasons why it's such a big celebration, because looking at a team like Young Legends, the conversations that had been happening leading up to the tournament, with everybody wanting to get a roster spot, and myself as manager, of course, I have to manage all that. And
That's
make
right.
Sure,
Make sure.
trying to get to Louis Scola, he just retired.
What's your CV if you want to come to the Legends?
Give me your
man?
resume.
That's
right.
right.
Pau Gasol just retired.
You
I
can
might
give him a
just
call.
get Pau for the next Masters. You know what I mean? But more than anything, hats off also to Adri. She, we had been communicating leading up, and her organizational skills for that,
Man,
so
she
hats off
worked
definitely
hard.
to her. She
She
did her
worked
thing
hard.
and put it together. So hats off to her and
Yeah,
everybody
no.
else that was involved.
Man, she has dedicated a life to this Samba's thing.
Yeah.
Kudos to her. And this is what I say. If you're not doing anything and you're in the committee, you shouldn't be there. And I would like to salute Zoran for recognizing that and letting go. I'm telling you, if you're not talking about Masters at least once a week and you're in an executive committee, you have no business being there.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
The thoughts needs to be coming. The context needs to be shared, and whatever ideas or whatever, so that you start planning now for next year. So by the time next year comes, it's not a rush thing. And I understand, like sometimes I'm blaming the players also, or the clubs or the teams not coming forth with the money to pay in time so that we can get the roster in time or whatever the case may be. It's also because we don't plan ahead. We don't plan ahead. We got to plan ahead, and we got to see if we can help these guys come with, with the sponsors, whatever the case may be, so that we can secure the spots. And in fact, if it was, according to me, personally, I'm saying you have a set number of South African teams, and if you don't pay by a certain time, you're out. And a set number of international teams, and if you don't pay by a certain time, you're out. So that by a certain date, everything is secured, and it's all about planning the day or the weekend or whatever number of days. The way I look at it is we have 5 indoor facilities. They don't have to be far. It's all based in the core of Sandton, and the hotels are there. We get the buses to, on the hour, every hour, to go to each one of the venues for free, all sponsored. And people can go and watch. People can watch, go with the players. If you're playing a game at 10, you leave at 9, and you leave at 8. You got 2 hours to get there, whatever. And literally, man, I've seen some of this stuff done overseas, man. It's done to the core, to the T. In Finland, as soon as you arrive, you're given a card. You can jump on any bus for free. You can go wherever for free. You know what I mean? And why can't we do that? I mean, sure, they're in Europe and they have lots of money and all. But, we in South Africa, we got more money than others. We can do this thing, man. We can do this thing, man. My man, Kwame, where you at? All right, we're going to talk about that another time. But, yo, I think this is it.
Yeah.
Can't believe we keep talking nonstop for an hour and a half. But
that's all part of the festivity and the love for the game, man.
Right.
Yeah, man. So again, congratulations to my Young Legends.
Right.
I had not heard any bad news or incidents about people traveling back home.
That's right.
So I would like to assume that everybody traveled safely back home.
That's right.
From Durban.
An important part of the whole
that's
thing.
a very important part.
Right.
So congratulations to everybody, man. Let's look forward to the next one.
Yeah. The next one might be in Mozambique. It might be in Angola. It might be in Cape Town. Might be. This one is going to be in Joburg, and we're going to make sure that happens.
And God willingly, we won't have COVID.
We will have COVID. We'll work with COVID. We will work around COVID. There's nothing. We had the one in Durban with COVID around, and everybody's good.
Apparently, there's no COVID in Durban. It's so hot.
Well.
But just on a quick note from myself, BNL started last week.
That's right.
And this coming weekend, JBL is continuing with the quarterfinals, I believe.
Of a tournament,
there continues to be a lot of basketball activity around, and we continue to be on the lookout for that, and looking forward to what is coming up this weekend.
So just quickly wrap us up on what happened in the BNL, who you think is looking good, and what's happening now in the JBL, and the quarterfinals, finals, and maybe who you think is going to win the JBL this year?
The JBL this year, Young Legends is definitely winning Division 1.
Okay.
That's how much faith I've got in my troops.
Wow. Everything they touch, they win. Oh, yeah, there's ladies finals?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's ladies finals going on this weekend. as well. You know,
That's right.
so the communication was that they're waiting for confirmation of the venues. So stay close to us on social media. We will confirm all venues and times. You know, even though there's limited fanfare going on there, but we'll try and bring people up to speed.
It's
with
just a matter of
everything
time,
that's
man.
going on, you
It's
know
just
what
a
I mean?
matter of time. So
Yeah.
who's looking good in the BNL?
In the BNL, few of the teams that played, I think the ladies and men's Egoli Magic, you know, they went off to a flying start,
Right.
because they are both defending champions. So the ladies won the one game 110 to 20.
That's that.
So very much so, you know. Again, it comes back to the
Don't
activity
ever mention that little
that
number
people
again.
are. I apologize. You
Just
know, it
kidding,
comes
man.
back to the activity that
Yeah, yeah,
people are having in the off season and the preparation as well. You
Right.
know. So, but then I think this coming weekend we'll see better action because now people are sort of, you know, they've shaken off the rust and looking forward to seeing, you know, the schedules going up and seeing what games will be televised live on SuperSport.
And
all
Tshwane
that.
Suns looking good.
Tshwane Suns.
They won both their games.
They won both their games, you know, and I'm still you know, cursed out by some of the comments that I've made about the Tshwane Suns in the last season, but I keep laughing about them regarding their coaching staff. But Tshwane Suns is looking good,
Right.
you know. So Soweto Panthers, you know, generally within the BNL, the Gauteng teams will normally be looked at more than the other teams,
Right.
because of obviously the activity that they continue to have, you know, through the
So
year.
Cape Town Durban is not going to be an upset. this year?
Hopefully, let's see. You know, I'm always trying to be hopeful because you want a twist in the tail.
Right.
You're always looking forward to a twist in the tail, and you would want something like that, and to see the BNL trophy finally leave Gauteng. You know.
Now, if there's somebody who can predict and get it right, is this man? Because he predicted the USA right.
Of
What did you
course.
say?
I had said that the VUT ladies will win the ladies,
That's right.
and the Vets will catch the men's championship.
All right. Now
Right.
tell us who's winning BNL this year.
BNL.
If you want to bet, you better listen real good
Okay,
here, man.
BNL just straight off the bat, I will say Egoli Magic. will
Is
repeat.
Egoli Magic is winning? Who won it last year? Or
Egoli Magic.
All right. So you think it's a repeat?
Yes, and I'll
Oh,
tell you a little story about that in the next episode of how I knew last year that they were winning.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
who will be in the finals with them?
I think between I'm yet to fully watch. Let's see all the teams start to play.
Who
because
will
not
be
all-
in the finals next year?
for the
my
BNL?
guy?
Okay,
Just
BNL
tell me,
men's
because
final
I'm trying
will
to
be
bet here. You know what I'm saying?
Egoli Magic will beat Soweto Panthers.
What will be the
Final.
score?
Man, I can't say
I'm just messing with you, man. So according to Juice, the predictor, BNL, this is what's going to happen in the finals. The Egoli Magic will beat the Panthers. And you're not seeing all the other teams, whether it's Tshwane Suns, whether it's Mountaineers,
and it's all with
Smarlands,
due
none of
respect.
that, yeah?
It's all with due respect.
Right.
You know, no disrespect.
This is
to
Juice
anyone,
respect.
You know. So, you know, I mean, you know, everybody's doing their thing, and but again, it's just off some of my knowledge and seeing the activity that some of the guys are having in the off season.
All right. You can bring this camera right here, the close camera. Let me tell you something right now. This man, Juice the predictor, you got to believe him because he got the USA right. He got a little bit of the SAMBA right. Now we're talking about BNL. How about the what's your take about who wins the BAL? Because we had Rod saying he wants it all.
Man, that's a tough one. I mean, even Q couldn't even answer that.
Give it to me, baby.
So
Who wins? Well,
out of being a patriot, I'd say Tigers.
Tigers win, but my man. All right. Juice, it's been good. Yet another episode,
been
unplanned,
wonderful,
unproduced. Well, a little bit
It's
produced.
produced.
Thank you to Mr. Price, director, producer. William Price brought his break. Thank you to the basketball sheriff.
Salute.
Man, they're always on point. They know their thing. Thanks to
Ready.
Juice for coming out,
Got you.
co-host. And yo, this is Cabby Magongwa, Daksha Productions. I'm signing out. Yo, peace, man.
Peace and
As
love.
we have AKA in our
Watermelon.
drinks. I'm gonna pour juice in here, dog. Peace, y'all. It's been good. It's been good. Peace out. Later.